Hi everyone, it's Rachel. So today I'm here to bring you guys my first ever Halloween makeup tutorial. And I'm going to show you guys how to get the look of Lana Del Rey from her Born to Die video. So I'm going to show you guys the whole process, the hair, and the makeup. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. So the first thing that you notice about Lana is that she has perfect skin. So what we're going to do is try to create a really even base because she has that kind of beautiful porcelain skin. So I'm going to use two different foundations. This one is MAC Studio Sculpt and this is Bobbi Brown's Skin. And the reason I'm using these two is because this one is very high coverage, it's very creamy, and this one is very light, it's more of a liquidy foundation. So together you get kind of both the effects of a full coverage foundation, but also kind of that light dewiness of a foundation like this one. So I'm just going to put a little bit on my hand. So I find it's best to use your fingers to start because it really helps blend the foundation into the skin because of the warmth of your fingers. Okay, so that was kind of like our first coat. Now I'm going to go and use about the same amount and apply it with a sponge. And that way you're going to get more of a natural finish. So what I'm going to use is the Beauty Blender. And you're just going to kind of stipple it onto the skin like this. Okay, so now we're going to want to set everything with a powder. And I'm using one that is has a little bit of shimmer in it, and it is from MAC. It is, I'm trying to remember the name. So it's True and Light, and this is the Dramatically Cool powder. I'm just going to put a little bit on the brush, shake it off, apply it all over the face. And this is a really cool powder that I really love because it goes onto the skin very cool. It feels like a splash of water on your face. I think it was originally part of the collection with all the Disney villains. But they kept it in and it's now part of the permanent collection. So I'm using a Smashbox brush just all over the face because you really want to set that foundation so it doesn't rub off and to really seal it in because we did put on a lot. Okay, so next we're going to move right into contouring, and this is a very important part of really getting the Lana look. So basically what we're trying to do is make your face look more like Lana's. So you can kind of it's very important to look at a reference photo and kind of see how your face is different than hers. So what I'm doing is first I'm going to contour the nose. She has a very thin nose, and mine is definitely not as thin as hers. So what I'm going to use is this palette from Bobbi Brown. It's the Ultra Nude palette. Yeah, Ultra Nude Eye palette. And I'm going to use this taupe shade right here. I'm going to use this one and this one together. And I'm just using a blending brush. I don't want it to be too dark. But so then you're going to start right below the eyebrow and really bring it all the way down. You can really pile it on in the beginning because we're going to blend it out, but you do want to keep, this is a Halloween look, so we're really trying to look like her, so don't be shy with the product. So as you can see, we're really slimming my nose visually with this contouring process. She also has a sharp bottom to her nose, so I'm going to kind of draw that in, if you can see. And then we're going to use the same brush we used before, the Smashbox, to blend it a little bit. We don't want it to be too obvious. We do still want to keep that contour in. Blend it out a little bit. Next, I'm going to contour my cheeks. She has higher cheekbones than I do, and so I'm going to use the same palette. And then so my cheekbone naturally is like right here, so I'm going to actually put it as if it were right here, just to really exaggerate the cheekbone. I'm going to go in and blend that as well. And I'm also going to contour, so because you want it to be really light, but you don't want it to look too frosty. So then I'm going to start applying it on my cheekbone, right up here, moving down. On the bridge of the nose. And you can already see it's making the contours pop because it's right up against them. Okay, so then you're just going to kind of blend it. You can also do the same thing where you blend it along the jawline, but I wouldn't use, oops, I wouldn't use as much of the white because you don't want it to be too obvious, but just kind of around here to really bring out that round shape you were trying to make on the face. Okay, so now you can see really done a lot of contouring here. I'm going to do a little bit of blush. She doesn't wear a lot of blush. I'm going to use the Bobbi Brown Shimmer Brick in Rose Gold and just dust it using mostly just the top shades up here, not these bottom ones, because these are lighter up here. And just do a very light dusting on the cheeks. She certainly doesn't wear any bright blushes, so we're just trying to add a little bit of rosiness because she does have kind of that sweet glow that we want. We're going to get started on the eyes, and the eyes are definitely the most complicated part of this process because she has a really exaggerated cat eye. So that's what we're going to do. So I'm going to start with the paint pot that I used before for highlighting, and this is soft ochre, not sure. So just using my finger, just going to apply it all the way from lash line up to the brow. So then I'm going to take the eyebrow pencil. This one's from MAC. It's Dirty Blonde. And so what I'm going to do, my brow is a little bit more arched than hers. Hers is kind of a little bit flatter, and then it kind of curves down. So I'm going to start drawing in to make it a little bit flatter on the top. Right here, where I'm trying to focus. And then kind of bring it down. So now I'm going to move into the eye more. So I'm going to start by waterlining using the Estee Lauder Automatic Eye Pencil Duo. This is jet black. So one side is a smudger. We're not going to be using that. The other side is just a very black liner. So you just waterlining because you're wanting to get a very, very black eye line. So next thing I'm going to do, curl the lashes, and here's my eyelash curler. So I'm going to be using the Clinique High Impact Mascara. Great. So now I'm actually just going to go right into the line. So I'm going to be using a liquid liner. And this is really the most difficult and most important part because you really want to get that really elongated eyeliner. That's kind of her main focal point of her makeup look. So you want to start at the end and then just make little lines across the eye. And I like to start really slowly and easily because it takes longer to fix a mistake than it does to make it bigger. So start small with little dashes. And then we're going to wing it out. So kind of decide where you want the wing to go. Hers goes pretty high above this way. So you kind of want to go in a pretty diagonal line, and then we'll fill it in. So we got the shape now. We can start filling in a little bit. You can always go back and clean it up. So now I'm going to go a little bit thicker. So you can see the difference that it makes, the two eyes. And now I'm going to go into the eyeshadow. So I'm using the same palette, and we're just going to contour the eyes. And I'm actually going to use the darker two shades instead of, so this one and this one. And just drag it along the crease. But you really want to make it a little bit dramatic. So I like to start doing the crease a little bit, then go back into the base. Just do a little bit of crease. See how it looks, and then I'm going to use the two lighter shades here and here for the base tones. And this one does have a little shimmer, which she does use a little bit of shimmer on her eyes, not a lot. And then get it right into the crease, or sorry, into the inner corners of the eye. And then to even further highlight the eye, I'm going to use a white eye pencil. So I'm going to use it in two different places, the inner corner and then under the brow. So I'm using it a little bit lower here because I have already visually brought down the brow a bit. If that makes sense. So you want to blend it just with your finger. I'm using it on the inner corners as well to really brighten it up, and then drag it a little bit on the lower line. Just blend it in. And then I'm going to go in with concealer under the eyes. I'm using the Bobbi Brown Creamy Concealer Kit. So I'm just going to use my finger. And it's always good to use your ring finger when you're applying concealer. It doesn't apply it as thickly as all the other fingers will, and when you pat it in, it looks the most natural. And you don't rub as much, which can be harmful to the eyes, because the skin under your eyes is very, very sensitive. And then now that I'm looking, I do want to contour the nose a little bit more. So just by using more highlights, I'm going to use the white eye pencil. Just creating one line right down the middle. So visually that's where the eye goes. So it really seems like the nose is pretty slim, even though mine is not. And just blend it out with your finger. So now we're going to put on the false lashes. Using the MAC 36 lashes, and I'm going to be using it with the Duo adhesive in dark tone. and I think they look awesome. So I'm actually going to add in something that's kind of fun, is that she has a few moles. And so definitely it's good. That's why it's always good to have a reference photo, so you can really get that kind of realistic look, just like moles or anything like that. Obviously I did the tattoos. So she has one right about here that's really pretty. I'm just using the brow pencil, because it's going to have a little bit more of a natural look than, of course, like a black eyeliner pencil, because moles are not generally black. First I'm going to put a little bit more concealer over the lips, because I'm going to change my lip shape entirely. So just blotting them out. And since I'm going for the look that she wore in the Born to Die video, we're going to be using a red lipstick. So I'm using this lip pencil from Estee Lauder. It's in Poppy Red. So basically, while my lips kind of slope down, hers are kind of more rounded on the top and then come in where the Cupid's bow is. So we're going to kind of recreate that look using this lip liner and then fill it in. We're going to be using a lipstick from Tom Ford called Smoke Red, which is very similar to the color that she wore in the music video. We're just going to, sometimes it's good to kind of rest your pinky on your chin to even have more stability. Now what's great about this lip liner is that on the other end it has a lip brush. So we're gonna just kind of blend this. So this is a little bit of a deeper red than this one that we have on right now. So I'm just gonna load it up on the lip brush, like this. Start going right into the lips and applying. And that's the finished look. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye! If you want to get the really realistic look of Lana Del Rey, you guys should totally do the tattoos. Oh wait, do I do the end slate?
If you want. No, I mean, whatever you want, sure.